love his predictability, his desire to make me happy, his perpetual good humour. But there's a void between us. Where we used to knit together, there is now emptiness, and I don't know how to fix it. Anything I do, anything I try, will inevitably make matters so much worse. Russell casts another surreptitious glance at his watch. Why don't you get dressed, Russ, and go and have a drink in the bar while I finish getting ready? Ask them to let the restaurant know that your wife is being slow to get her act together. He nods, looking relieved, and finds a teaspoon from the tea tray to pop upside down in the neck of the champagne bottle. This will keep it fizzy. We can finish it later. With that, he heads to the wardrobe. He will already know what he's going to wear. He may have even hung his clothes in order of days and evenings. He is methodical, organised, and believes I can do no wrong. Sadly, he's mistaken. Chapter 2. Stephanie, are you listening to me? Noticing a hint of exasperation in her mum's voice, Stephanie drew her gaze away from the activity in the bar. Sorry, Mum, she said, with an apologetic grin. You know I'm hopeless. I can't help people watching. It's my job, after all. Amanda King gave a theatrical sigh. Yes, darling, but I asked you to come away for the weekend with me because I never get to spend time with you. Maybe you should sit with your back to the room so you won't be distracted. With a pang of guilt, Stephanie reached out to touch her mum's hand. I'm all yours, and I want to apologise for not being around much lately. What with the house, trips to Norfolk and work, I never seem to have time to breathe. Stephanie was thrilled that she and Gus had finally bought a house together. It was a few miles further away from her work, but it reduced Gus's commute to a manageable 40 minutes. There were still times when Gus had to travel further afield, though, and on the nights he couldn't get home, she felt his absence like a silent echo in every room. Although the stone farmhouse they had fallen in love with was in need of some renovation, it felt like a perfect family home. Any time they could spare was spent stripping old wallpaper and painstakingly removing black gloss paint from the original oak beams. And of course, whenever they could get more than 2 days off at the same time, they headed to Norfolk to visit Gus's daughter, Daisy. How are things going with the little girl? Amanda asked. Pretty well, at least I think so. She's adorable, Mum. And we're going to decorate a bedroom for her so it's ready if ever the time is right for her to come and stay with us. We're desperate for her to feel that we're her family too. Her mum, Paula, has been great, but it's been a bit harder for her husband. I can only imagine, Amanda said. The two women were silent for a moment, thinking of all that had happened in the last few months. Gus had only discovered he had a daughter, the result of a one-night stand when he and Stephanie weren't together, when the child became seriously ill and needed Gus's help in the form of a stem cell transplant. But it had been hard on Philip, the man who had been Daisy's dad since birth. He had always known there was a possibility that Daisy might not be his, but had never expected Gus to become part of the little girl's life. So, what's the plan? Is Daisy going to continue to think you two are just friends of her mum and dad? We don't know. We're playing it by ear. She's still quite weak after the treatment, and she's not quite 3 years old, so how can she understand who we are? Amanda shook her head. I don't know. The only thing I would say is that if it's kept a secret, it will get harder and harder to tell her the truth. She won't understand it now, but if she's told Gus is her father and Philip is her dad, she'll get used to the idea, and she'll ask questions when she's ready. I know, Mum. That's what I think too. But I'm the least important person in all of this. Amanda's eyebrows shot up. No, you're not. Don't even think like that. You might have the least emotional investment right now, although that will change over time, but you have the opportunity to be the voice of reason, so use it. Stephanie chuckled. We both know that keeping thoughts to myself isn't a speciality of mine. Glancing over her mum's shoulder towards the bar, Stephanie noticed a bald man with an open, friendly face who she'd spotted earlier, sitting alone, anxiously watching the door, checking his watch every couple of minutes.